This is Pastor Troy right here. Get ready for what we call something incredible. It's called the Best of Season 3. Our executive producer, Donna Korniski's gone in the files. She's dug around, looked at your comments, and she's picked the best of Season 3 to throw back at you. So over the next few weeks, get ready. It's coming up right now. The first of, the second of, and a whole season of nothing but the best of Season 3. Get ready as that episode rolls now, and don't worry, we'll have new Season 4 episodes coming at you very soon. Be praying for us. We'll see you soon. I'm Pastor Troy. You've been on the dock. Now get ready for Season 3 Best of. Give him access to it. This is Pastor Troy right here in the studio. I have never felt safer in any On the Dock broadcast we've ever done on the dock.org. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we are going to have a great show, and I'll tell you why I feel so safe in just a minute. It's not because I got John Steve sitting next to me after all, but I do feel safe having you here. My Chicago brother. Amen. All right. Every Tuesday and Thursday, out of the shallows and into the deep. We're all about it here at On the Dock. Go to YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and watch our show. You can watch it on YouTube, listen to it on Spotify and iTunes, and also on all of our program partners. Here it is. There you go. Go to also YouTube Music, which has replaced Google Play, Facebook, Roku, Rumble, and Sermonet. And we'd love to talk to you on our Instagram partners, Facebook, Instagram, Getter, Telegram, Getter. Go talk to us about that. If you got questions about the episodes, things you want to share, a testimony about how Cornerstone's ministry, their outreach ministry, their care teams have blessed you, we'd love to hear about it. Get that out and tell people what God's doing in Southern Illinois. When you find us anywhere, hit subscribe, like, notify, bug other people. Just send them links and tell them they're not cool if they don't watch it. And then go back and make them watch season 1, 2, and 3. We just want you to be a part of the show. There's a lot of good things in here. And we are in part 4 of this show, so you can go back and watch part 1, 2, and 3. And I'll tell you one more time, you can go to onthedock.org and you can find our archives there. You can go watch those on YouTube, also Spotify and iTunes, and go pick up those shows as well. We always want you to be a partner of the show. Go to On the Dock and at Patreon, download the Patreon app and look up On the Dock. And there's 4 ways to be a partner of this show. So you can be a business, an organization, Christian ministry, and we can do spotlights on you. Check that out. And there's 3 ways for you to partner and be a part of the team here. Check out how you can be a part of the show and make the show better. All right. Also go to SL&T. I got my phone in my Faraday bag, all locked down right here. They can't find me because I have chosen to disconnect. We work with Silent, slnt.com, promo/ OTD, and they have different kinds of Faraday bag products for your phones, for your key fobs, for your dry bags, backpacks, women's purses, all kinds of products. Check it out for you. We'll run a commercial at the end of the show, slnt.com/discount/OTD, and reclaim your right to privacy. And if you don't know anything I've said, go to onthedock.org. You can find our links to all our platforms. You can find about Patreon links. You can find how to get to SLNT. You can find out everything. And if you're totally confused, you can email us at info@onthedock.org, and a calm, cool, collective Donna Korniski that's over in our tech booth. She will work it out for you. Donna, how you doing today? Doing all right?
Oh, it's been a little hairy.
It has. We've had sound problems, and my sound just phased back out again. So
Of course it did.
It's the weirdest thing in the world. I'm probably talking through somebody else's microphone. We have some sort of gremlin in this set, and here I come right back. You know, it just kind of fades back in. So we'll figure it out. It is a new board. Maybe we have a internal board problem. So we'll talk to somebody about that and figure that out. We do have our backup one in, but Donna is in control. I've also got in studio with me John Steve, our co-host today on the show. John, how you doing?
Doing well. Glad to be here.
Good to be here. John is the executive director at the Marion House of Hope, and he serves our community with excellence, feeding over 400,000 meals in the last 12 years, several thousand GEDs to the John A. Logan program, thrift store, many more, lots of things happening. Got a great testimony, and we're just getting started. The House of Hope's getting ready to expand into whole other areas, so check that out, HarionHouseOfHope.org, and check that out. In studio, we have our guest to help us with the fourth installment of our Taking It to the Street Spotlight, Season 3 Super Series, and we're looking at the empowerment team and Kingdom Builders, a ministry of Cornerstone Church in Marion, and we're in the fourth and the walkaway episode of that here. Let me get to the right one. We're in the fourth show of this series, and we're going to be taking a look in this episode at Kingdom Builders, and we're going to be doing a little spotlight and taking a look at what's going on here. And in studio again for the fourth episode, we have the care team pastor of Cornerstone Church, Jason Thrash. Jason, welcome back.
Hey, it's great to be here.
Yeah, you've got good sound now. Now I've got your sound, so we're just moving the sound around here. So welcome back for this episode. This is kind of our seventh, eighth, ninth inning here, and we brought in your slugger, your closer.
That's right.
Your closer, Mr. Keith Fossey, missions director, Cornerstone Church. Keith, welcome to
thanks.
On the Dock.
Thank you.
We still have in the room David. David's over in Studio B watching us. And David, I uncovered my firearm just in case somebody tries to assault us. I'm going to throw it to you. So David was with, he did in the previous episode, he did Marines. He protected people everywhere. So I've already decided, I had carpal tunnel surgery 2 months ago. My doctor told me I would get one round off and then I would drop it. He says it'd be 3 months before I can fire my gun properly. So does that mean I can't carry it? He says, no, you're just going to get one shot. That's exactly what he told me. He said the reverb would be enough. So my shot's going to be throwing it to you. So we are highly protected in Studio A, B, and C today.
All right.
So we got Marine Services here, and we got Keith Fossey. He's a man of God here doing great things at Kingdom Builders, and I'll point that out in a minute. Something special I saw in your stuff, so I'll tell you about that later. Got to save that for the show. So we're all about Kingdom Builders. Kingdom Builders is a ministry of Cornerstone Church. You can see a link to it right there. You can go find out more about how you can get access to services, but how you can come be a part of their stuff and be on their teams, and also how you can give and support what they're doing. And they've got some really cool stuff. So Keith, tell us a little bit first about yourself. Are you married? Are you a bachelor? Do you have a life, or do you just come do shows like this?
No. I tried to avoid these. I don't know how I got drug into this.
You got, Forced Recon.
That's right.
That's what this is.
Now, I've been married to my wife, Tia, for 36 years now.
36 years.
So yeah, we've
Gosh,
shared a lot of life together.
I'm about at that length with my wife too. So hey, here's your wife. Man, look at that.
I'm
That's
married
pretty
up.
good. She makes you look younger.
Thank you.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, and I told you I'd pick a bone with you.
Okay.
I found out. I regularly go because I'm very cheap.
I bet I know where this is going.
Yeah, I went to Rule King,
Oh.
and every time I go to Rule King, you're in the popcorn thing with her, and you're getting all the popcorn, and so I go for the date, and then I can't get in there and get my free popcorn.
I go for free. What can I say?
I do too. I
Yeah.
do too. We go there on Saturday. We'll just go troll the place because I want the popcorn.
Yep.
But at least it's one of the few places you can go and get something free.
We got there yesterday. Yeah.
I know, but every time I go there, you're blocking the thing. I mean, you've got this deal, and she just is all into it. So,
Yes, she is.
So I recognize you from the back of you walking away from the popcorn machine.
Yeah, the empty machine.
The empty machine.
That's right.
And the good part is you finish it off, so I got fresh popcorn.
Well, yeah, there's something to be said for that.
Something about Rule King. I like that. Rule King's been really good to the church. We've done some of the church deals where you get do you guys ever access that, where people can buy stuff there for the month and then they give us percentages?
I know that they do that. We've not done
We've
it.
done it multiple times here at Community Faith, and we've made a lot of money on it. We made several thousands of dollars, and we don't have anywhere near the herd that you would have shopping. So we really try to emphasize it, and they are very generous. You just basically people send in copies of the receipt to our treasurer. She totals it up, puts it on the sheet, and they send us a big check.
That's awesome.
And they do it about once or twice a year. So watch for that next time. They're really good.
We went to a concert Rural King sponsored up in Mattoon.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to reach out. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about you. You're married, you got a family, and you're on staff. What is your role at Cornerstone?
Missions director.
Missions director.
Yeah.
This is ground control to Major Tom?
Just like that.
Similar like that. So what's in that bailiwick of stuff that you kind of focus on?
Well, I like to explain to people that it's a lot of what goes outside of the building. So there's tons of good work that we do inside the building, but the people that serve in the ministries that we support really get to go out and minister to people outside in the streets. So
you're literally out there.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about Kingdom Builders. That's our main focus today because we learned so much about it through the Renew episodes we did. And then we thought, we got to get you guys in there because there's some stories there and people are going to want to help and people are going to want to give and support what you're doing on that. And you've also already meant a lot to John. John, tell a little bit about how Kingdom Builders has interacted with the Heron Household.
Yeah, fortunately, we had that tragedy with Pastor Jeff G. And you guys, with just one phone call, actually, through Chris, one of our volunteers that is from Cornerstone.
Yep.
And when he heard to see what happened, him and I talked. He says, I'm part and I'm affiliated with Kingdom Builders.
Yep.
I said, well, you're not going to have to talk about this and elaborate more on Kingdom Builders. And he said, yeah.
Well, there's a deeper link there, and I'll just tell you about this real quick, too. My wife and I were over volunteering in Heritage House of Hope one day, and we were painting, and my wife said, hey, you need to meet this guy. He's from Cornerstone, and I don't think you know him. And I'm like, who is this guy? So we ended up meeting Mike Conway, who was painting as well. And Mike currently really is the day-to-day leader of Kingdom Builders. So,
very cool.
Yeah, we met at Heritage House of Hope.
Yep.
That's amazing. It's a stomping ground. So, and the Renew store, Cornerstone has been a part of this for since we started.
Yeah.
Significant part, Jason.
Yes.
The ministry that you guys do and Renew does, and now Kingdom Builders is a part, and now we're in our phase 2 project, so we're conniving with them already on helping us on some of the build out for the new building and stuff. So Kingdom Builders, I've got this great slide here. Let me see if I can find my great slide. I have a great slide. I worked hard on this one.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Kingdom Builders using handy skills to help those in need. Kingdom Builders is a group of skilled volunteers who assist those in the community who need help with a household project. The ministry is available to single mothers, elderly persons with limited mobility, those suffering from an illness or injury, or any other circumstances that require assistance. The projects can include painting, minor construction projects, air filter changes. We talked about the cars in episode 3 previously with David's team in here. Air filter changes, minor plumbing, electrical jobs, yard cleanup, handicap ramp installation, and gutter cleaning. I know you guys are now pretty much doing the ramp installation. That's your focus.
We are famous for ramps.
You're famous for ramps, and I've got serious pictures we'll show. But if people want help, you can go find this page. Go to cornerstonechurch.community /kingdom-builders. Go there, and you can see they got 3 boxes. One is how you get help. One is how you can help. If you're a builder, you can reach out. And does somebody have to be at your church to come help build? If they're a Christian builder and they just want to come participate on your outreaches, do you let them do it?
Oh, we'd love to have them.
There you go.
And I would say not just builder. I mean, there's a place for all kinds
You'll
of
take
skill
basic
sets.
laborers and that. When we're doing the renovation of the current building right now, we're tearing out stuff.
Yeah.
So we tell people we need skilled electricians and plumbers and carpenters, but we need laborers. We just need people to move stuff and hold stuff and help. So we have about half of us who are just useless.
We also need people that just want to come pray.
Yeah.
And I can see that.
We send our prayer team to each site.
And to clean up and to help get things set and get things organized. And a skilled carpenter a lot of times has somebody helping them hold the boards up, put this in place.
That's me.
That's you. And that's me. That's me on the job. And we do that. John's father-in-law is real useful in our project, but John and I are mostly do scud work. But when you're doing demolition like we're doing, it's all scud work.
Yeah, that's right.
We tear stuff out and swing sledgehammers. We can do that.
Yeah.
But we need a carpenter to tell us, don't hit that.
Right.
So we have those guys. That's good. That's good. So you can help, but you can also support. You got a link there that people can give financially to help that next person get a ramp or get that resource they need. Or we learned in the last episode they can get donate a vehicle. Or we put a challenge out, Keith, in the last one. We're looking for somebody out there to donate $5,000 for the next tiny house, number 4.
I love that.
Maybe number 5 or number 6, because we love what you're doing with those. Were you guys a part of putting those together?
Some of the
guys were,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I guess you would get called into action on this one if we got a number 5.
Yeah,
or
there's always a call.
4, 5. Yeah, there's always a call. So Kingdom Builders is doing that kind of stuff. How did you get into this, Keith? How did y'all stumble into this, and why?
I would say it predated me, so I kind of trace the lineage back to a gentleman by the name of Alan Thompson that went to Cornerstone, and Alan was an elder. And I met Alan basically when I joined Cornerstone. He was one of the guys that met me and kind of took me through the inventory of my spiritual gifts. And right after he did that, he said, hey, I think you can help me on a project this Tuesday. And I was like, oh, okay. So there I was, right? But Alan, I think, really had a heart for meeting people in those household needs. And he was doing a lot of it himself.
Yeah.
He was doing a great job.
Yeah, and Alan's one of those guys that I was talking about earlier that just had a skill, had something he knew that he could do. And I said, well, let's put that to work for ministry. He already had a bunch of rental houses. He knew how to do stuff. I said, let's do that and make it, And the thing I like about Alan and Keith is both those guys were retired, but they weren't retired. Like, they didn't want to just sit at home. They wanted something to do. They wanted to use their skills. They wanted to use their talents for ministry. And so Alan did it by jumping right in, and Keith did it because he used to run huge corporation.
Cornerstone's a very live, interactive church. There's lots of avenues to take your giftedness and get it in the trenches or into the recon, into action, and I really like that. There's so much more. I see the building when I go to Sam's. I see the church, and I know what you guys do, and I've interacted with you guys some on some of the House of Hope stuff. But I just had no idea until we got in this 4-part series the depth and level and how many skills you can bring into bearing on just kicking the devil's butt out of Southern Illinois. I'm just loving it.
Yeah.
We have loved that. This was a 2-part series on Renew, and we ended up adding the empowerment team, the Kingdom Builders, just because we felt like people out there need to see what other opportunities there were and what kind of influx it has. And your Renew store has really given you a resource to just, I just want to say, turbocharge a lot of what you do in outreach. So what's funny about that is the Renew stores, we talked about that, they got the 2 in Marion and Carbondale, and they're just taking stuff that people would throw out, turning it back into hope. And then you guys take the hope and go put a hand on somebody's shoulder and say, we're going to walk with you, and we're going to like triple down on the hope. You know what I mean? It's kind of it's kind of crazy because you think it's people's stuff they're done with. It gets repurposed. And just
Second chance,
right? That's I have that. Yeah. Let's see, where's that? I got that. I got her little mission statement here. I'm gonna see if I can get a bonus from her when I do this. I'll send her a promo bill. There you go. Second chances. There you go. And what's cool about it is I found out in the episode here, not only do they resell the stuff and use it for stuff like because we know it has hope because they've given nice gifts to us and helped us feed people in Heron. And then when you go look at the list of everybody, because look at this list here. I mean, golly.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't represent everything. It just represents like organizations. It doesn't represent individuals and all the car oil changes and all the things you've done. And it probably doesn't have all the ramps that have been built and what addresses. But when we realized what you were doing with it, and then when she told me that she's got job training programs, she's got people coming out of programs and stuff that are getting their job training and they're able to work off community hours. I thought, well, that's a third one. And then I find out, oh man, it lets Kingdom Builders do this and this and more, and it lets this and this and this. And you realize that now you're telling me you can now empower people from other aspects that aren't dealing with the Renew store. They can come in and now use their gifting. This is just like a win.
Yeah, Michael calls it the flywheel, right? This is one of the flywheels to benevolence and helping people in Southern Illinois. So it's great.
I like that. I like that imagery. The flywheel is a good imagery because
good at moving,
and it gets momentum going.
Yep.
And you just see the kingdom of God doing stuff, and the devil hates momentum, so he just gets this one's. It's like a big snowball hitting him. I love it. I love what you're doing. So tell me a little bit about your Kingdom Builders team, and you guys are going out. I'm going to show a few pictures here of you guys putting some different ramps and stuff in. If you got any comments to make, I got a couple. I'll make here at the end. I see here you're doing some other stuff to a house here. These are great photos here. Man, fantastic photos here.
Yeah, so, the ramp thing, I would say that we started with a lot of requests, and they were of that variety we were talking about before, right? It's the furnace filter light bulb thing. And then we had a request from a lady that was in our church, and she needed a wheelchair ramp. And we went and did that wheelchair ramp, and it kicked our butt. We spent 3 days doing that ramp because nobody had ever built one before, but we were bound and determined to get it done. So it turned out great. But what we figured out is we need to do it different and better. And there was a lot more people asking for ramps after we did that one.
Another picture there. That's amazing.
Yeah. So we went and visited these guys in Indiana, and they have a ministry that is over the entire state of Indiana, Arizona, into Virginia. And they have a system for building these ramps. And they were kind enough to share their system with us. And we went to school on how to do it.
Very cool.
And it involves pre-building them. So we've got a shop where we pre-cut components, we pre-assemble components, and then when we get on site, we're able to assemble it very professionally, do it very well, but do it fairly quick too.
I noticed that in several of the pictures. Let me see if I can pull these pictures back because I thought it was really kind of cool. Okay, like this, the upper left picture.
Yep.
You can see when you get there, you're like, oh my gosh, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Yeah.
Because I know when you go build this, I see your ramps have a good standard and they're designed so the wheelchair will roll right. But every place has a different approach because I was like, this place has one approach. And then, look, I didn't show this one, but this is like inside a garage.
Oh, yeah.
You've had to get like your model's there, but every place though, you have to adapt your model into that.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, I would say that we've got several guys that are very skilled. And Mike calls them engineers, right?
Yeah, you're engineers.
Yeah, they're the engineers. So they go and they meet with the client. They understand what the mobility needs are. And then they design every one. It's virtually custom, but a lot of it they fall back on, just like that bottom right picture. That's an 8x8 ramp module. So that's a standard that we build them all on. And we start there and then modify to custom.
Okay, make the turns you need to make and all that.
Yeah.
Does the ramp stay there forever if the person no longer needs it? Do you guys go back and reappropriate it?
We do.
You do, and move it to somebody that needs it? Because sometimes people are in short stays or they're recovering or whatever.
Yeah, so, when somebody does it, we build it to ADA standards. We're making it permanent until they call us and say, "Hey, I no longer have a need for it."
And you can recycle it because of the standard. You can now recycle that to another project.
Yeah, because they're modules, we can unscrew, unbolt, and reuse. So the last one they built was one that was recycled and rebuilt.
Yeah, that last, I don't think the picture's here, but the last one, it's a neat picture because it's all brand new wood except for this one structure that's, you can tell it's been outside.
It's been outside.
It's weathered.
Really cool.
And then another piece of brand new. So.
What are other kind of projects you've done in the past, or some things that you've been able to work on? You're focused on this now, but you've done kind of different kind of. You've helped us put the House of Hope together after Pastor G lost his life up there serving the Lord. You guys put that place back together for us as a favor. I mean, we had a real insurance problem there. I'll tell you what. You have all godly people that were trying to help us in injuries, and John and I, when we got done with our insurance company, and the insurance company was like, we're not going to sue a Christian brother who hurt another Christian brother, both trying to serve the Lord.
Right.
We were kind of stuck. So we just sat dumbfounded when they gave us a third or a quarter or a fifth of what we needed to, and Kingdom Builders came in and made do with that.
Yeah.
So we can't tell you. We lived like that for months. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are some things you've done? What are some things you've tackled in the past? And
Gosh, I mean,
tell me a couple war stories.
Well,
You got to keep up with David. David gave us great stories.
I guess the war story was we convinced ourselves that we need to assist somebody with a trailer over in Murfreesboro, and that was probably the one that we may not do that again.
You're not going to do that one again. I got you. No. There's just something you learn your wheelhouse, your sweet spot, and that, and you pick up guys. Do you have a pretty much the same core team, or are you picking up people here and there?
Yeah, so I would say those guys have found community. A lot of them are retired guys, and it's the same group, plus or minus. Somebody's on vacation or out traveling or that type of thing. So, but that to be said, yeah, they're always looking for more friends. Would love to get some teams going on the weekend because we've got plenty of projects. We can use more people.
And the best thing they can do, if you go to the Cornerstone page, let me bring this up here. You can go to Cornerstone Kingdom Builders, and you can through Facebook or through their email info, or you can find Keith's email actually online under the staff. Just go find this nice picture and reach out to them and say, hey, I want to build. I want to donate to build.
Yep.
If you got a need, come call them about that. But we're looking for all three phases here because there's people that listen here that are faithful followers, and we want you to be serving. What a great opportunity to use your skills and get involved with the next project. So reach out to him on that. And what I wanted, every one of these photos, I dug through them, and there were way more than this. So I just
there's hundreds.
There's hundreds of photos. So, but every photo series, when you guys were wrapping up a job, I saw this picture.
Yeah, I love that one.
I know there's just multiple sites. I could have found this for every one of them.
Yep.
Every one of them. You guys, like, are you going to sleep? Are you exhausted from the day? What is going? It's like, I don't know if you're having church or what.
We're having a little bit of church for sure. No, I mean, we believe that's part of it. I mean, this is a compassion ministry where we get to meet the physical needs of an individual, which is fantastic. We love doing that. But almost always there's a spiritual need.
Absolutely.
And we definitely want to make sure that we take the time and stop and understand what that need is, join them in prayer. So we could do that probably and not do a lot of other stuff. And they would be better off for it, and we would be too. So,
wow.
But we're happy to do both.
Well, Jason, give us a rundown here as we wrap up this fourth episode. Give us a wrap down of the care ministry that you lead at Cornerstone, and kind of run people through again these different access points and how they can participate, how they can get access to, and then how they could even support.
Yeah, well, like we talked about in the very first episodes, all of the mission work that we do is all because of Renew. All of the funding that we use to do all of this outreach is all coming from them.
And I'm going to put that up right now. You can go there and donate your stuff, and that's one way to help.
Absolutely.
Please do.
Absolutely.
Your items.
We'd love to have your stuff.
Let me make a comment about that real quick. Their Marion drop off is 24 hours a day. At Carbondale, they have store hours, and that store hours are Monday through Friday 10 to 5, Saturday 10 to 2. They don't have a drop off location. They're off hours, so go there during time. If you have any question about it, call the store, go in the store. But what they do is they gladly accept most donations, but they need to be clean and good repair. Would you let one of your kids take it? Would you pass it on to
Absolutely.
a friend?
Yep.
If you think you're just trying to save money on a garbage dumpster, don't do that, because that takes money away from them doing something else. John, you deal with that at the thrift store as well.
Correct.
At yours, you can end up filling up garbage or things you don't need. Now, if you have clothing items, let them decide that, but bring them in. Make sure they're used. They're in good shape when you bring them in. Don't bring stuff molded and all this stuff and expose them to things. Bring them in, and they'll figure out where they can go. They've got other places they can distribute them to, but get those items. They accept clothing, furniture, books, toys, linens, household items, craft supplies, usable home repair items, etc. If you have any questions, you can call Holly. We had her in part 1 and 2, and she would love to. Let me bring her wonderful dressage up here. There, Holly Dodd. She's the director of Renew. Get a hold of her or somebody from her team, and they'll kind of guide you through that process. And if you have like a home or something, and maybe somebody's passed, and you're trying to do something with the estate, they can even arrange to come out and pick up stuff, right? Absolutely. So they can take that and turn that into not just Second Chance, which is true for the store, but they can turn it into job training opportunities. Kingdom Builders will take those resources and do amazing work with it. They can do car repairs and stuff like that. And also, if you have a car out there, your car or vehicle you want to donate that to their team.
Absolutely.
And Renew will make it just kind of, what do you call it, a flywheel?
Yeah.
Flywheel.
Yeah, that's a really good image. So keep going.
Okay, so
Renew's
it's
first.
all because of Renew, but we have the empowerment team. So we have the empowerment services. We have a care ministry where we're loving on people. We have the garage ministry. We have Kingdom Builders.
I'm bringing these up as fast as you're going. I got it right
Tiny
here.
houses.
Yeah.
All the ways that we reach out into the community, loving on Southern Illinois. That's what it's all about.
I love what you're in the shoebox program. I love that. That was fantastic. Just you guys just do everything. I mean, and it's just amazing. So Kingdom Builders, you can help with a project. If you need help with a project, reach out to them. They got a process to go through that, to vet you for that and see what the needs are. Able to help with, and they can only help with as many projects. They have resources. So again, bring your stuff first. That's how it starts. And then help with projects if you want to help. And then finally, if you want to just support them financially. So what does a ramp, putting a ramp in, what does it cost? I mean, I know each one's going to be different in the grades, but give me a roundabout.
$2,000.
About 2,000. Lumber is crazy. We were talking about this, how a tiny house would be 2,500, and after COVID, it's 5,000. Everything's doubled.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I know that we've had a couple projects where we've had a family come in and said, hey, we need a ramp. We just can't do the ramp.
Yeah, and they
can
make
you
it
do the
pay,
ramp,
can you
and
do
then
it?
they pay for it.
So you can
Like
do the skill set, and they can provide the materials.
Right.
So there's lots of ways to do this, and every case you can look at.
Yeah.
Take a look at. Yeah. Reach out to Keith. John, you got any questions? What do you think about these guys? These guys are just, tripping, aren't they?
Oh, these guys are amazing.
I'm gonna come to you next, Don.
Been a big blessing to Southern Illinois and continue to be a blessing. So
Thank you.
Thank you guys for everything. When you said you were painting that House of Hope, was that what the day I probably had to run and take my wife to
Have a baby.
I think it was, yeah.
So they
I think
painted,
it was.
they were painting when you were having a baby. That was your
I
excuse.
was like, I gotta go.
I think that was
I gotta
during
go. My wife's
one of
having-
our Serve So
It
Ills.
was. It happened twice, back to back.
Yeah, and let me go back and say, like on the Renew store, they have service clubs working there. Your service club could come not just give stuff, but they could donate time. And I just again like Lee's Food Pantry in Goreville, resources are going there because of Renew. And I put up a list of many things. And Keith, this doesn't really mention. It's got Kingdom Builders, but when you see Kingdom Builders, you'd have to put sub dots under there.
Yeah.
Right. So you'd have to. How many sub dots would you need to put under there? I had to work hard to get this on here. Hundreds. Okay. And then if I go to auto changes and oil changes under the auto, you'd have to put a lot there. So it's just a whirling dervish. I'm just telling you, that thing's that's craziness. I'm just amazed what God's done.
God keeps blessing us.
Yeah, what God's done with a building. Everybody thought Walmart left, it's over.
Yeah.
It's only just begun.
That's right.
We'll probably get taken off the internet for that. Every time I sing a song, we get pulled down because I sound so much like that person. It's amazing what you guys are doing. Jason, tell us how people can come out to church out at Cornerstone and be a part.
Yeah, come see us. We've got 3 services every weekend. We have a Friday night, 6:15. We have Sunday mornings at 9:15 and 11. All 3 of those services are identical. If you're scared about the big church, come on Friday night. It's a lot smaller.
Friday night's a little smaller, a little more intimate, and get started.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like baby pool. You step in the baby pool.
Love to have you. We want you there. We're welcome, and but we just want you somewhere. Find a church in Southern Illinois. It's not
where the
about
Bible's
Cornerstone.
being preached and where people are going out and living their faith. What you guys are doing is preaching the word and living your faith in the community. And your community is a better community because of Cornerstone.
Thank you.
I'm as a pastor of another church in this community, we couldn't be the community we are without you guys. And so I am proud. I am proud to call you guys part of the kingdom of God here, and you guys are significant in what you do. It's amazing what you do.
Yeah, same for you. I know that you're really big into the House of Hope, and they are a big ministry in Southern Illinois.
Yeah, I appreciate that. What's cool about it is we're all conniving together. I talked to Jason about we're fixing to get involved in some ministry up in Perry County. We're trying to figure out how to navigate it and how to fund it. They're wanting to do a DeQuoin House of Hope, and I'm like, how are we going to fund this? You know, and our idea is we got kind of a thrift store at House of Hope, but we don't have like Renew. I mean, you guys got a model. Part of it is you got Holly, and she's got like Gap. She's got Gap. She's Gap Ninja training. You know, if David in the last show was Marine trained, Holly is Gap trained. You know what I mean? You guys have just taken, what I've learned, Jason, is you guys have just taken people in their skill set and just set them loose.
Absolutely.
You know,
that's right.
And I think that's, and Keith, you're not a builder, but you got a passion for this, and you know, and you got pulled along. We call that, when the guy said, you want to come with me? We call that in our church voluntold.
Right.
Voluntold. Pastor Voluntold me.
He told me it was discipleship. I don't know.
Yeah. My family calls it voluntold. People here, when I go, hey, we're going someplace, I need some help. The long-term community faith members will go like, because they know if I make eye contact, you know, you're going to go with me. So I would much rather be busy serving the Lord and out changing lives than sitting home watching another rerun on Netflix or something. Jesus told us to go and make disciples. And making disciples, I'm not saying we can't make a disciple in the church, but if you limit it to just being in the church, it's going to be pretty one-dimensional on what we talked about that in the previous episode with David about how, you know, we see Jesus preach here, Jesus preach there, Jesus preach there, and we get a couple glimpses of them walking between places, but we know that they live together.
That's where ministry happens.
Where real ministry and life happens is in the middle, and that's where we talked about the navigators and the people that you have that walk alongside people in the realness of life, and you take those lesson moments from the Sunday or for this and you turn them into action.
Absolutely.
And that's where it's done. You guys are doing a fabulous job. We appreciate you coming in doing 4 episodes with us. I am sorry, Jason, about some mic problems we've had in this. We've got a new setup, but I think we're going to be fine. So Donna will do magic in there. Donna, thank you so much for wrestling through this, and we'll take it all apart and find out what's happening later. But that's part of the kingdom. When you get out there, you face those challenges. You get out and find out you got a bend you didn't know about, or
that's right.
They need that. You just have to adapt and overcome. And I'm sure, David, you've had that same issue. You just adapt, overcome, and we work around it. So, John, just amazing work. We look forward to partnering with you guys through the Heron House of Hope and Hands Hope Foundation and things you're doing. Just let us be a part of it. And Jason's going to be a part of our whole conniving 618 team as we talk about how to do better transitional housing. Yep. We want you just to be a mentor with us and access us to people you're talking to and we're talking to, and together we're just going to form arms with other Christian brothers and sisters and see if we can beat the devil further out of Southern Illinois.
Love it.
Amen. Thank you again for what you guys do. We'll be back on future episodes here on the doc.org. You can check us out, and there'll be a lot happening. Go check us out. Lots of good shows coming, but make sure, hey, get your stuff together. All that stuff that you don't know to do it, take it to Renew. Take it to Renew so we can tell more stories about them real soon. So we've enjoyed all these episodes. Go on the doc.org, find out all about our shows, episodes, go back and watch season 1, 2, and make sure you watch all of this 4-part series. Email us at info@onthedoc.org. If you have any questions, go to YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, also to our other channels there, platforms, but we get more bonus points if you go to YouTube. Hit subscribe, like, notify, and do the same thing on Spotify and iTunes. Go to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, and Getter. We'd love to hear your stories. If you got questions about how you can access these ministries, or you got testimonies about what they've done to you, we'd love to see you post these up. We'll forward it over to them, and we would look forward to having a conversation with you about it as well. Look at the show notes in the show for links and other notes to get you to their resources. And remember out there, if you want to give, you can give. If you want to come serve, you can come serve. And if you need help, reach out, and they'll talk to you about the pathway to do that as well. We have had a great show today. Go to Patreon if you'd like to be a part of the show. We talk about your business, your organization, your ministry. We have 4 levels of partnership that we can engage you in, 3 levels of sponsorship, and go check that out at Patreon. Look look up On the Dock. And as always, go to slnt.com. Season 3, we're working with them on Faraday bag products. Check out this products. They have a vast variety of products to help you reclaim your right to privacy. And go to slnt.com/discount/OTD. That's our landing page. Or you can just go to slnt.com, and when you check out, put in OTD, you get all of our discounts. Don't tell people. Well, do tell people, because it does good for us. And if you don't have a church home, remember Cornerstone. They would love to have you. They got service times on Friday and on Saturday, and also Community Faith Church. You can check us out, coftv.com, for details on our service times. I'm Pastor Troy. We've been On the Dock. We're not done with season 3. We got a few more shows coming up in this season, so you don't want to miss a one, because they could be bigger and better. But I don't know how they're going to be bigger and better in this, John. John, this amazing episode. It's absolutely amazing what these guys are doing. John, thank you for being here. Thank you guys, all of you guys, for being a part of this. Send our blessings back to Holly as well. It seems like she is fueling the whirling dervish. She is fueling the whirling dervish. I tell you what, I think we need to clone her.
That'd be good.
We could clone her out about 100 communities, and we could run the devil plumb out of Illinois, maybe. Don, again, thank you so much. I'm Pastor Troy. As we leave this episode, we invite you to come back and find us for another one, and I'm going to leave you with a final word from slnt.com. Check out their products. Go buy their products. Bless our show, and change your life, and get a right to disconnect. We'll see you soon.
There are more than 8 billion phones in the world, a fact that threatens your privacy, security, and health. With Silent Pocket Faraday protection, you can regain control over your mobile devices. We get it. Privacy and security are inconvenient topics, and you may feel like you have nothing to hide, but the fact is that in the modern world, your laptop is never really off. Your phone emits a signal, even in airplane mode. And everything from your passport to your credit cards contains RFID, and all of it contains valuable private information that is easily exploited in the wrong hands. Silent Pocket offers a range of products you already use: wallets, bags, travel gear, laptop sleeves, key cases. But with the added protection of our patented Faraday technology, which turns your devices invisible and safe from the outside world. Many industries, from top business professionals to government officials, require the use of Faraday products for the day-to-day security of them and their staff. They understand that we are constantly at risk and take the necessary steps to prevent future attacks. We offer this elite technology to anyone that values their personal data, and we are proud to offer a premium range that fits seamlessly into your everyday life, providing security without looking like a tinfoil hat. As we learn to live with technology, Silent Pocket stands on the 3 pillars of privacy, security, and health. Our goal is to provide harmony with mobile technology without risking our most valuable information. We hope you'll trust us to help you do the same.